What's up? Welcome to the channel. Welcome back to the channel. So literally, you guys, I'm here for it. I'm here for the tea. So basically, Tana and Alyssa, it's out that they don't like each other, and it's just like, girl, I been knew this. Okay, let's not play around. So basically, if you know anything about the history, I mean, you kind of have to be like on YouTube to understand what I'm talking about. Otherwise, I just sound like a crazy person, and that's okay too. But literally, Tana. Okay, let's start with Alyssa. So if you don't know who Jake Paul is, he used to do this like little group thing called the Team 10 House, okay? And Alyssa was a part of it, and they like dated in this house until some drama went down, all right? And then afterwards, Tana dated Jake, okay? So it was like just a known thing, and then they did a whole wedding thing, blah blah blah. So obviously, you know, the girl dating your ex kind of thing. It's like usually there's hate there, you know, a little bit like, wow, like, you know, it's not usually love. So then after that, Alyssa like dated this guy named FaZe Banks, okay? Tell me why Tana sleeps with him after, allegedly. I'm gonna say allegedly, but like it's a known thing, like they hooked up after too. So obviously like Alyssa just does not F with Tana. And like rightfully so, I understand, but it's like, bro, like it's LA, and the guy she was picking was kind of like questionable too, right? Like it's obviously the guys are not shit, okay? But I could see why they wouldn't like each other. But you know, Tana said like, you know, she wanted to be cool, wanted to be casual, because like obviously the world would want them to hate each other, and like Tana made it extra hard, like tried extra to be nice to her and stuff and whatever. But I could see why Alyssa wouldn't like that bitch, because I wouldn't like it either. Like honestly, I'd be like, this girl is just like trying to like the second, but that's how LA is. Y'all have to understand, like, also LA, everyone's kind of been with everybody. Like, even in my city here, this is kind of how it is. Like, you just hear everybody be, like, you're just like, really? Like, damn, everyone's been with everybody. Like, it's actually crazy. And LA, like, y'all will think it's big. It's not. LA is super small. You run into people, like, all the time everywhere that you don't want to see. It's kind of like the same everywhere. Like, when you live around the same people in the same area, you're gonna like, it's small. Honestly, everywhere's small. That's how it be. So there's only so many places you can go, and you know, LA's small and everyone's been with each other, but I can understand. Okay, I understand the beef. Now, I don't know if y'all heard, but basically, like, Alyssa doesn't really do the internet. Like, she has a lot of anxiety. She has a lot of, like, stuff going on. Like, she don't really like the internet. She don't really like the attention as much. Tana loves it. You can tell, like, she loves it. She's good. She's built for it. Okay, there's some people that are built for the internet and some people that aren't. Okay, like, for me, I would say I'm built for the internet. Now, some days, maybe not. I don't know. I don't experience, like, I experience hate, but not to extents. Like, I can't, cancellation hate is like on a different level. Like, I've been told to like myself, and like, you know, just the regular stuff, just, you know, that stuff doesn't faze me. These are strangers, okay? But the anxiety that Alyssa has, like, it just makes her log off for like long periods of times, and it's like not really good when you're a social media person to log off for that long, because you lose disconnect with your followers. They grow up, they find something new, you don't grow with them. So you kind of like, to be a social media person, you have to like kind of evolve with your followers. You can't just, okay, I'm gonna be like back for like 5 months, come back a completely changed person or be totally different. It's just kind of like they lose the disconnect, okay? So Alyssa decides, like, after like years, like she hasn't been on, like she barely is online, comes back and decides she's gonna come for Tana, which Tana's like in her prime right now, I would say. Again, like, she has a really good podcast going on, like people love her. Like, I would say she is loved. Like, I don't know, people like to say she's hate, but the people that are loved are also the most hated. That's just my opinion. That's just how it goes, okay? So Alyssa decides to come out of the woodworks and just kind of come for Tana and call her out for bullying, because Tana's more straight up. Like, she doesn't play that little good girl. Like, Alyssa's like the, like, likes to play the nice, do no wrong girl, okay? Now, Tana's just the more real, straight up. Like, if something's funny, she's gonna laugh, you know? Which is why I F with her so hard. And the thing is, like, I really liked Alyssa back in the Team 10 days. Like, I liked her. You know, I think everybody kind of liked her. Like, come on. Like, she was the only girl in that house that was, like, really popping. And then, like, Tessa Brooks came along. It was just kind of weird. No hate to Tessa Brooks. I'm just saying that she was just, like, she was not the original. Like, your heart has a certain place for the original, okay? So then, like, Jake Paul treated her bad. She got kicked out, whatever. Joined the Face Clan or whatever the hell. Like, it's kind of got lost. And then now coming out of the woodworks, wants to call out Tana for being like a bully, kind of, but not towards her, just in general, just about other things. If you know the drama, you know. I'm not going to get into all that, but it was all going down on TikTok, and Tana decided to bring it to the podcast and kind of discuss like what Alyssa said, because basically Alyssa wanted to come for Tana for talking about how Tana always calls Jason Nash out for begging for galaxies on TikTok, which is kind of hilarious because like that's what I kind of do. Like I kind of like, it's funny to joke about the people that are on TikTok live begging for galaxies. Like, is that not hilarious? Like, y'all, I joke about it, but honestly I want to be them. Like, I want to literally just stay at home and be like, come on, like, yes, one more galaxy, come on. Oh my gosh, we're almost there. But I literally can't do that for more than like 5-10 minutes without losing my mind. And these people are on there the whole day. Like, that's a talent. Like, that is like so, like, I literally wish. Like, that is so, like, I'm going mental. Like, just when I'm on their live for more than 5 minutes, I'm going mentally insane. But again, I'm not receiving any money. So maybe if I was on there and I was actually receiving some money, I would change my mind. So like, I'm trying not to judge, but like, obviously I'm not seeing any money and I'm just like, how do you do this? But maybe if I started seeing the money coming in, sure. I don't know, y'all. But it's kind of funny. It's hilarious to kind of just, you know, especially that girl that was like popping popcorn in that little strainer. It's like being weird. Like, yeah, they're making some money, but they're being weird. Like, it's okay to call out some people for being a little weird, but do you? Like, you're getting your money at the end of the day. Who cares what I think and my little opinion, and then I go about my day. So, like, kind of likes to kind of make fun of Jason Nash for always being on live stream begging for galaxies, because he used to be with David Dobrik, and then, you know, whatever happened and whatever, now he's on TikTok live. So Alyssa wants to call out Tana for being like, okay, he's trying to make a living, let's not call people out, Tana. And then she also said, she said, not all of us can sell our buttholes on OnlyFans. Like, tried to come for Tana for doing OnlyFans. Just like, bro, people love to come for people that do. It's like, bro, I don't know. Like, just let people do what they want. Like, you're not them. And just like, I don't know. It's just kind of like, the thing is, she's like saying don't bully and like he's just trying to make a living. But people that do OF are just trying to make a living too, you know? So it's like, and you came out of the woodworks with that, with like out of nowhere. And it's like, nobody was coming for you. Tana wasn't coming for you. But now she's coming for you. So Tana dropped this podcast and she came for her. Like, honestly, Alyssa really tried it. And the thing is, I like Alyssa. Like, I liked just the way Tana made her look and basically called her out for being the mean girl of LA, and that everybody says she's the mean girl and just called her out, was so crazy. Like, Alyssa should have never spoke up, especially with her social anxiety. It's like, girl, you know that you cannot handle the internet. You know, like, Tana can handle the internet. She's been here. You're coming out of the woodworks. Like, anyway, so this was it, y'all. It had me dying. I'm so here for it. And this just made me more of a fan of Tana, because she don't play no bull. Like, she's just like, I feel her. Like, I'm gonna call you out, and I don't really care if I look like you think I'm the bully. I'm calling you on stuff that you did. I'm not just bullying. I'm not just out here just for no reason saying stuff ever. It's always, you know, I'm really responding. It's a responding. So
what's not cool is shaming. Shaming's not cool, no matter what it is. By the way, this is so funny and contradicting, because my plaque that I got from milking drama is above me, and I just chose to sit in this corner of my house, and it happens to be in the background. And I know your job, and I know that like you're supposed to be like talking about drama all the time, and that's literally your job on your podcast. But for coming to come for somebody that's literally just trying to make a simple living on like just going live on TikTok trying to make ends meet. Like, he's a middle-aged man, like he has kids, he has to make money for his kids' school, like all this.
Jason Nash a DoorDash account. If I open my TikTok one more time to seeing him begging for roses on my live For You page. I'm calling CPS.
These TikToks kill me. Like, first of all, congratulations, Diva, you've been picked. Second of all, it's like, put me in that forest with...
Tana, why are we shaming people for, like, actively not wanting to be a part of drama or know about drama and, like, choose to remove themselves from negativity in the world? Like, if this girl doesn't want to be a part of drama, no matter what kind of drama it is, why are we like, this girl's a pick-me, oh my god, this girl... This girl's just in a forest, like, simply living her life, looking at the trees, and you're like, dude, this girl. It's like, why? Why are we shaming? If you want to be in the world of drama and, like, all of that shit, that's fine. Like, yeah, all power to you. But, like, some people don't, and they want to, like, be fairies in the woods. Or whatever they want to do. Who cares? What's not cool is shaming. I think this girl just made like a cute little TikTok in the woods being like, oh, I'm like happy and there's no drama in my life and like I'm just happy and cute in a tree. And then you're like, her, she's a pick-me. It's like, when can we win? When the can women win? I'm losing my mind.
Suck me, okay? She makes this video and her entire thing is that I'm just this evil fucking bully who's shaming everyone, but God forbid accountability and other people might just also fucking suck, right? And then in the video, she goes to talk about how I sell my butthole on OnlyFans.
He has to make money for his kids' school, like all this stuff. Not everybody can post a butthole picture on OnlyFans. Like, and make it.
Okay, so we're not gonna shame people, but in the same breath, you decided to try to shame Tana when Tana is all up in her bag on her OnlyFans.
First of all, I never have. Second of all, I'm gonna now out of spite, okay? Third of all, what the fuck? Where do you get off? Where do you get off?
I am going to make merch with Tana's asshole and Alyssa's face on the same fucking shirt. Honest to God, what like that's the most shameful thing in the world.
Here's
like,
what I'm going to say.
How about this? How isn't that how a lot of people are making an honest living and how they're supporting their children? Fuck you. Stupid idiot.
Do you know how many times I've been out with Alyssa Violet and she's asked me if she should start an OnlyFans if I can help her because she has no fucking money?
That's
and then
what
you're
I
going to come
heard.
online and shame me?
That's what I heard.
Yo, the way that they went in, that's what I heard. Brooke is killing me. The fact that Tana's like, okay, bro, like, I know a lot about you. Don't mess with me because now I'm going to talk about it. That's the kind of girl I like, okay? The one that's like, okay, we're going to talk. You want to start it? I will finish it. And I got a lot to say. And actually, I've been waiting for you to say something so that I can say this. This is exactly how I am. Because I'm like, I'm not going to start it, but I will finish it, okay?
You know how many times I've literally, the last time I was with her was at Barley's. Like, and she's fucking jaw swinging, asking me about fans. You wanted to do it. You're just mad because you wouldn't succeed at it because you fucking flopped.
Maybe she should get back into diss tracks.
And that's what
That
I'm
was
also
that
saying.
was also an honest living, right?
The highest moment of your career was being so wildly negative to someone else. And here's the thing. I have always genuinely thought, and here's the thing as well, when all this started happening, I woke up to like 15 texts from influencers, people like with lots and lots of followers, begging to come sit on this podcast and do a testimonial of a time that Alyssa Violet was horrible to them, okay? And I might do it for the Patreon. I might have a whole fucking episode where we circle people coming in and telling their stories. The amount of stories I've heard in the last week, it is a collective agreement that she is one of the meanest girls in LA. You and I
just told her.
You'll get into your piece on that, okay? You know what I mean? But here's where I stood at one point, right? She had her whole moment with Jake Paul, and then so did I. And I was in this place where I was like, the world would want us to hate each other. It would.
So yeah, that's where she goes, like, the world would want us to hate each other, but I made an extra effort to try and like be cool with her because like I didn't want to have hate towards her. And, like, that's cool. But the thing is like Tana is like the one that came after, so I understand where Alyssa would be like, bro, like F you on that part. Like I totally get that would be annoying. But it's like, whatever. Like, if you're not with the guys now, then it's like, bro, let's, whatever, be cool, cordial, whatever. But obviously, maybe Alyssa always felt some type. Like, it's like, rightfully. I get that part.
And don't even get me started on the Jake shit. Like, you just want it in my, and this is murky water because it's like, I always want to like ride for the woman in every situation. But I know for a fact so much shit she said in that like hit piece towards him wasn't true. And it's like,
Bruh, this was so crazy that she said this. Because what do you mean it wasn't true? And the thing is, Tana has to be, like, very careful here. Because, like, how would Tana know? She wasn't really around in that era. So maybe, like, Jake Paul, after when, like, she got with Jake, obviously, he talks to her behind the scenes. Like, yeah, this, and this wasn't true. So then Tana goes, okay, that wasn't true. Or, like, who knows? Like, you kind of got to elaborate a little bit more on that. Because what do you mean it's not true? Like, that literally... like ruined Jake's, it really ruined Jake a lot, like that little video that she did, because everyone's like, okay, like Jake's a terrible person, it was terrible to her, and I still believe that to this day. Like, I was just like, okay, he was terrible to her, so like, what is it? So did Jake just go in her ear after and tell her like, nah, like that's not how it went down? Because obviously Jake's side of the story is gonna be like that. So that was crazy that she even said that. Like, I'm surprised, like, Tana has been in so much stuff this like whole month that if she doesn't get a lawsuit for real, like, it's crazy.
just wanted to go date Banks.
That's what bothered me so much about the whole like Ricky Banks situation or whatever it was. Like, I don't know, like the Paige Lorenz like whole Depop thing that she did. I'm like, all of this over Ricky Banks. Like, no offense, Ricky Banks, but like,
I love Ricky Banks.
But you know what I mean? Like, it's like somebody who's not known for being a loyal guy, but you're gonna shame some random girl that you literally don't even
never
know.
met. That's the thing.
And I don't even know if that's the guy they were talking about. That's just what I assume.
This was so good. So this is where Brooke goes in and she's like, so basically Alyssa tried to sell a dress and like she put a description that was so unhinged, so out of pocket, and it was about this other girl. And she's just trying to sell a dress. Like, Alyssa was just trying to sell a dress, and the description she put was like mean girl energy. Like, so Brooke's just trying to prove the fact that, like, bro, you are the mean girl. We weren't gonna say nothing, but now that you want to speak up, you are the mean girl. This was crazy.
Alyssa be so fucking for real. Let me keep going.
I'm loving your addressing to camera though.
The page comment was just a silly story on a Depop caption. It was just a silly story on a Depop caption. And it wasn't constant target and bullying videos towards somebody trying to make extra cash. Again, misinformation that you're spreading with your video. So I went ahead and screenshotted the Depop caption to send to her, just so that she knew I actually wasn't that wrong at all. This was the caption in question. Pink tight dress, super snatched, makes your waist look tiny. I wore to a party with my situationship in 2021, and it was a weird mini rave, and this girl came up to me and said she loved me and she thought I was super cool. She told me she followed me for years and wanted to be just like me. Then she followed me all around the party all night like a stalker, and my friends thought that she was sketchy, but I gave her a chance. Then she pulled me aside and said, by the way, I hooked up with your ex. Can we still be friends? And I walked away. That girl was Paige Lorenz, first and last name she used.
This is all in Depop to sell a pink dress.
On Depop to sell a pink dress for fucking $50. Alyssa, you don't have $50. You have fucking 13 million followers.
You better
don't
get
have $15. Get
or
a
maybe
fucking...
you should sell your butthole like you asked me to.
Anyway, my situationship said my waist looked snatched and the dress was, but like that was nice. Doesn't matter. That was the caption. So I went ahead and sent that to her because I thought she might like to see it since she said that I was clearly misinformed. She said, yes, thank you. My point proven. And I'll spare you the millions of voice memos she sent back and forth. But basically I was like, no offense, I don't care if you didn't call her a whore or a boyfriend stealer. You deliberately wrote a super malicious caption out of fucking thin air for no fucking reason.
On
specifically
Depop.
On Depop of all places, bitch. I'm like, talk about trying to make a quick dollar, okay? And you're gonna try to say that you hate cyberbullying. You don't even know this girl. And the thing is, Paige Lorenz is another person who's kind of like you, Tana, where a lot of people on the internet rally behind, like they just hate her. Okay, it's a thing. It's like there's a lot of people against her, so I think that it was like kind of targeted specifically to her because she knew that she could get people to rally behind her.
And that shit also went viral. Like, you knew what you were doing. You knew what you were doing and it went viral.
And so we were sending all these voice memos back and forth, whatever. She says, what's your number? And she calls me. And I'm really nice to her on the phone. I'm like, listen, I don't mean to like, because I had made a TikTok and I was like, Alyssa, weren't you the one who did this Depop thing? Like, calls coming from inside the house situation. It wasn't even mean. It was just like, listen, like, you're a bully. Let's not call out other bullies. Okay? She calls me.
Non-bullies.
She calls me and she mentions, like, you know what, like, she did this to Jason. It wasn't even supposed to be about Jason. I didn't know anything about that Jason situation. I'm like, okay, well, another point I should make. If you don't know anything about a situation, then why the fuck are you commenting on it?
And yes, you do. She was like saying, like, if you guys don't, like Tana and Trisha, like, if you're on that side, like, if you didn't know anything about the Jason situation, how would you know that side exists?
It's not adding up, Alyssa, but I'm like, I don't know. Hopefully your fucking Depop money is. Then she goes on to mention that she was.
So yeah, that situation is so crazy that just went down. I'm like, wow. So like now it's really out that they don't like each other, because like I think before they're just like kind of new in their heads they don't like each other, and now it's brought to the internet for real. Like Tana's like imagine seeing them like out after this. Like I know the feeling. I literally, the thing is, I know how it is, like when you make a video about somebody, you call them out and then you see them, it's just like funny, like it's hilarious. It's like, yeah, I said that, what's she gonna do? And they don't do nothing. They don't say nothing. Like if Alyssa sees Tana out, she's not gonna say nothing. They just know, which is like my favorite. I love that. That's my life, you guys, my life. So anyway, you already know, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. It's just there's so much. There's so much going on this month. Yeah, like, I can't even keep up. But, yeah, you already know.